YouTube fam, welcome back to our channel. I am Lainie if you are new here. Today's video is going to be pregnancy related. I'm super excited. I definitely watched so many of these videos especially when I first found out I was pregnant, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate if you are too and you're watching this and you're in the first few weeks. I was like on this couch just watching YouTube, just, you know, doing what I could to just have any energy, but at the same time it was so important to just let my body rest at that point as well. And so I just think this video is going to be so fun to just kind of share some symptoms with you guys and just different things that have happened from week 4 of finding out to now 20 weeks. I'm 20 weeks today and I'm just super excited. We have an ultrasound today, so we've obviously been looking forward to this 20-week ultrasound, and then in a few days we're going to be finding out baby's gender. So when you see this video, our gender reveal will already be posted, so if you missed it, definitely go check out that video. I will have it linked below for sure for you guys. So yeah, my goal with this video was to just be like super cozy and chill, because honestly it is like a very cozy fall day over here. I'm in like these super cute fall cozy pants. I was honestly freezing earlier. It's still the morning as I'm filming this, and I grabbed my Uggs. I don't know if any of you guys still have Uggs that are like, either right here, that are like from high school or something, but they're still in pretty good condition, and hey, they keep my feet warm. So these have lasted years, you guys. And anyways, I pulled these out for the first time because I'm like, I just want to be cozy, you know? Where to begin? So another video that I will link below is when I found out I was pregnant and told my husband. It was it was such a beautiful moment. And I filmed when I found out, and then I filmed when I told him, because it was actually on his birthday. So it was just so special, and honestly all God. And so I will link that one below too, so you guys can check that out. I will also link below where we told our family and friends. Those are all really fun videos if you are just joining us and want to just see a little bit into our new season of life of pregnancy. But yeah, this is kind of like the first video where I've sat down and just kind of like shared different things about it. And then as you will see, I'm going to share just some fun little vlogs as well that I've taken along the way. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know in the comments if you are pregnant too, how far along you are, when you're expecting, and if you could relate to any of these things. It is just such a blessing to be able to carry a baby, and honestly you guys, that is just what I've learned throughout being pregnant so far already. Is I think in general, like, I always just thought about, oh yeah, like when the time comes that we like start a family and have kids. But like, I don't know if it's just me, but I never really thought that much into like the pregnancy part, like the 9 months of carrying the baby, your body changing, like all of these crazy miraculous things that your body knows how to do and your body knows what to do immediately happen. And I think that was the most crazy thing that I wasn't expecting, was in like a really good way, was just like literally even before I found out I was pregnant, like the day I found out I was pregnant and the few weeks, like your body's already doing the things that it knows what it needs to do. And I just think with pregnancy in general, it's just showed me so much of like God's creation and how intentional it is, and how he's truly created all of these processes and allowed our bodies, like our human bodies, to carry and grow other humans. Like, I know I'm going on a tangent here, but these have just been my thoughts. I'm like, it is just the most amazing, spectacular thing that you can't even comprehend, really. It just shows you so much of God's love and just hand in everything. And yeah, I just have loved this experience so far, and I just, like I said, wanted to share with you guys since I found out, like week 4 to now up to week 20, just kind of like what it's looked like for us. Let's see. Okay, so before I found out I was pregnant, you guys, we literally saw so many baby animals everywhere. So out around our house, we have so many little deer. They're like our little family. And we saw baby twin deer like the night before we found out. And so we were like, are we having twins? Like what are these signs? And it was just like so special. And as you'll see in one of the vlogs, like Manny actually got our baby a little deer, like little stuffed animal thing, because we're like, okay, we're gonna like look back at these memories and remember like what that deer represents. But it was just so cool because I specifically remember remember like we were like on a road trip too, and I was looking outside the window just taking in the view, and I like saw baby calves and just different things, and it was just like, okay, like you can see baby animals, you know, here and there, but it was definitely like you could tell that it was all aligning. Another thing that happened before we found out we were pregnant was just a series of people telling us they had dreams about babies or our babies. So let me know in the comments if this happened to you, because we've had some conversations with friends just about how dreams have like really been crazy, right? So one of them was Manny's sister said, and we'll see what happens with the gender, she said that she saw a baby boy. And I think she told us that at the beginning of 2021 when we weren't even, you know, thinking about starting a family yet. And so now here we are, you know, halfway through the year, and we will see. So she had that dream, and then one of my other best friends had a dream back in April, again when we still weren't planning on starting a family just yet. And you guys can hear more about the story and all of the timing in that when I found out pregnancy video. But she said back in April that she had a dream that she was holding our baby. It was a girl, and she was like in our house holding our baby, and she texted me and she was like, hey, are you guys like gonna have a baby soon? Like I just had a dream that I was in your house hanging out with you and your baby. And I'm like, no, what? That is crazy cool. And so literally a few months later, we're like, we told her we were pregnant, and we like remembered the dream, and it was just so crazy. Also, Manny had a dream, I think again, a few months before we had, you know, really gave it over to God and just gave it to his timing on when we were gonna start a family and when he was gonna bless us with that gift. And he had a dream that I was taking a pregnancy test. And I can't remember if there was another one where I was pregnant, but he definitely had a dream where I was taking a pregnancy test. So all of those dreams happened before we were even, you know, at the point of like, okay, you know, God, we're giving this timing to you. So that is crazy. Let me know, like I said, if dreams have been a thing for you guys. And then I specifically remember this was a few days before I found out I was pregnant, which at that point I didn't know I was. But I went to bed at like 8 o'clock at night. Like I was literally so tired. I think it was like on a Friday night. So it was definitely out of my norm. And so that was like something that I was like, like I was very extra tired. I went to bed super early, and I have these notes in my phone where I've just written like different dates and like weeks and symptoms and stuff so I could go over this. But so that's what I'm reading here. But I wrote a few days before, so on June 26th and 27th, I wrote tired, hungry, bloated, slight lower back cramping, and then we saw the twin baby deer. So then on June 28th, the day we found out I was pregnant, I put positive tests. And so then week 4 would be June 29th. I put tired, hungry, bloated, slight lower back cramping, waking up to pee once a night. That's how fast it hit, you guys. 4 weeks. I was waking up to pee at night. That was something that I had never done. I was very tired and sluggish. If you know me, I'm like always just go, 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 busy, busy, busy body. That's just how I've always been. And so when I was like reaching for the couch all the time or just being a couch potato, I was like, okay, something's going on. But at that point, I obviously knew I was pregnant. But a few days before, I think the bloatedness and just different things kind of was like, Oh yes, I forgot to say this part, but the week before I found out, I had no symptoms I can remember early on in the week, like before that night that I went to bed at 8 o'clock, and I kind of knew. But I did have a dream one night that I felt like God implanted the baby in me. I woke up and told Manny right away. That is crazy. So that would have been like the week of like the 21st through 25th. I found out on the 28th. So like during that week at some point I had a dream that God implanted the baby in me. And because at that point we were just waiting for the date where, you know, we would be taking the test to see if we were. And so that was crazy. So then we get to week 5, tired, still had an appetite, but slowly, some days it was beginning to be less. waking up to pee once a night, and then very tender boobs. Like, I just remember they hurt so bad. Like, and that was just another crazy thing to me, was just like how, like I said, how fast these changes really do happen. Our body just knows. And so I remember they hurt so bad. Like, if you would bump into anything, if anyone would bump into you, it would like be really bad. So then week 6 was tired, naps, first nausea. I remember reading through the apps and stuff that first nausea could hit at week 6, and I remember literally to the day that I turned week 6 was exactly the day that the nausea hit. So again, just another like aligning thing of all of this timing. Like, it's just crazy. All of our bodies know exactly what is going on, what is happening. And yeah, it just continues to amaze me still. So that is what was happening. So I had first nausea, low appetite, very tender boobs. Food aversions were starting. I was less bloated, belly shows more throughout the day, and I got more energy throughout that week. But I think beginning of week 6 was kind of rough. And I just remember some days, like, I would just eat like a pizza pocket or literally a bagel, like whatever I could, just to like get food in me. These teriyaki bowls from Costco, and I would literally be so hungry in the morning. Like, I didn't crave anything, like I didn't really want food, but I would be so hungry at like 9 or 10 a.m. for lunch. And so like at 10 a.m. I would have like full on lunch, and I just remember that in the beginning as well. In week 7, I was nauseous Tuesday morning, it said. So definitely I was so blessed, as you'll find out. Like, I did not experience that much sickness, which is making me so curious if it is a boy or a girl, because I've heard different things, and I feel like nausea and sickness really has sounded like a lot of girl pregnancies, but then other people I've talked to, they were like, no, I've had both and I wasn't really sick with either. So that's why I'm like, who are you in there, baby? At this point, we were about to head on a 2-week road trip to Montana, Wyoming, and a bunch of different states with my family. So at this point was when we did tell my sister, and then we also told my parents when we went on the RV trip, because I didn't know if I was gonna be sick, especially like on the RV and all of that. But it was an amazing time, and honestly I was so grateful, because our first appointment was not going to be till week 9, and we knew that. And I was so excited because the weeks on the road trip made like week 7 and 8 go by really fast, because we truly, you're in this time of uncertainty, just praying that everything is going well with your baby in there, and God is nourishing and growing, and you don't get really a lot of reassurance until that first ultrasound. But then there's still a lot of like times of uncertainty, and just truly like trusting every single day that everything is okay. He is gonna provide. So I definitely just wanted to say, like, if you are in that time right now, just know you are not alone. Like, I think the uncertainty part, and like because we didn't really feel comfortable telling a lot of people until we were like at that 12-week or beyond mark. It was just what our hearts felt. We just wanted to keep it to ourselves. And I just remember like that uncertainty, and like that daily just laying it and surrendering it at God's feet, and knowing that his plan was going to prevail, and that he had already blessed us with the pregnancy, and just that he was going to continue to work it out for his good. And so I just kept reminding myself of that throughout the days and the weeks of waiting, and then just took in all of the little wins that came along with like the ultrasound that came up, and just different things. But so just know, if you are in that time right now, you are not alone. Yeah, on the trip, I would get like really tired in the afternoons, like take like 1 nap a day. And once again, if you know me, like I can't nap. Manny literally will like fall asleep on this couch, like sitting up, and just start snoring. And I'm like, awesome, like I can't do that. And so that was another big thing, was that I was just like super tired and just like needed a nap, or just to rest. At one point of the day around like 2 or 3, it would hit that time, and I'd be like, all right, we're chilling. So then we get to week 9, first appointment and ultrasound, feeling good, not nauseous as much at all. Continuous eating helps avoid it. So that was another thing, was I felt like a lot of it would come along in the morning for me. So if I really tried to eat something and then continuous eating throughout the day, it would really help. So week 10, I said feeling great, probably in relation to how I had been feeling the last couple weeks. I had my first day of motivation to make content in weeks. Still had lazy and tired days though. So if you guys know, I am a business owner. We have 2 businesses, Lane and Lou and My Happiest Mail. So definitely those first few weeks I was feeling very unmotivated, but I think at that point, like, I had some content just in the queue. And so, you know, daily I could just, or weekly, I could just figure out, okay, what can I post? Not really showing my face a lot on there because you just don't really have the energy. And then I put, like, I was super excited, probably for YouTube as well. I filmed my, like, first YouTube video back because I had the motivation to do makeup, make content. So like I said, another thing to just know you are not alone, to give yourself that time to just rest, give your body grace and allow it to do what it's doing. And week 11 and 12 seemed kind of the same. I had more energy and I was feeling good. So then we had another appointment at 13 weeks. Our heart rate was 160, baby's heart rate was. I think this was when we shared it out to everyone that I was pregnant, and then I immediately had a scare like one of the next few days. So I don't know if you guys can relate as well, but I had a morning where I was going to breakfast for one of my best friend's birthday, and I think mentally in my mind I was probably just used to like, you know, you're still realizing you're pregnant, you're still putting it out there, like mentally you're still like, I'm pregnant. So I think I had only had a granola bar that morning, and then we went out to breakfast. So it was around like 9:30. I was a few bites into my breakfast burrito and I started seeing like black and white. I got super hot. I like put up my hair up like this, and like the whole time I had like, you know, I had been like conversating with the group that I think it was like 4 of us, and so you guys can like picture it. All of a sudden, like, I feel like my friend knew like I wasn't the same, like something was up, and she was like, do you need water? And I said yes, and then that's all I remembered. Like I fainted for a little bit, but praise God that my best friend's mom, who's a nurse, was a baby and delivery nurse, was sitting right next to me, and so she had caught on to my cues and like was holding me. So it was just a few seconds, but it was definitely scary because, and it's not something that I took lightly. Like, I'm surprised I'm even sharing this right now because it was scary, because you're just like praying that everything is okay with the life inside of you, you know? And so at that point I wasn't sure what had led to it, whether it was anemia. Like, I wasn't sure if I was low on iron yet because I hadn't had my labs were like coming up, and then another thing was just like low blood sugar drop, and that was probably what it was, because my body just probably hadn't had enough. Usually in my week I would wake up, like have a smoothie. That was kind of like what I would make in the mornings, maybe have like a bagel, and then, you know, lunchtime would come around, and I might even have something else in between that, like yogurt or something. So that was like my typical morning. So I think this other morning where I did get just like really faint was just because I just didn't have enough, and I was eating the breakfast burrito, but I think it was just too late. And so, but my doctor said it was normal, and you just have so much extra blood, especially at that time, that you're not used to going on in there. And so all of that led to that situation, but praise God, everything was okay. We sat there for like another 2 hours. I drank a ton of water, and by the time, like, I'm not even joking, we sat there for like another 2 hours, and they were the best. Like, it was scary, like I said, but I'm so grateful that they were there with me and that everything was okay. But not even joking, since that time, every single day since then, especially since I've had an appetite, I make sure that I eat like 5 things before, like right after, like before 9 a.m. I would like make a smoothie, I would have a bagel, I would have this, that, oatmeal, like just definitely nourish. And that was my experience. I don't know, you know, if it's just my body type or whatever it was, but it just happened that day. It hasn't happened since. The onset of symptoms were so quick too, and I had nothing like that before. Never passed out in my life, so it was just very scary for me. But like I said, God was there. Like, my best friend's mom was right there to hold me. So yes, everything was okay, but I did want to share that happened. By week 14, I was feeling great, making sure I was eating consistently in the morning throughout the day to nourish and drinking lots of water. Oh, I forgot to mention in the beginning when I found out I was pregnant, no coffee. I could not even with coffee. I used to drink coffee every day, but literally, I think it was like week 5, I was still trying to kind of like have it every day because it was just my routine. And you can have like about 1 cup a day, and I just at that point was like, this isn't good, like I don't want this. And ever since, like throughout the whole weeks, I was like just cleansing from caffeine, and it was so nice. An occasional like non-decaf tall, like a small one I could do, or like a tea that had caffeine, but really rare. It's been really nice to like not have to rely and just drink on caffeine each day, as it's just a personal choice for me. But yeah, as the weeks have gone on, I have craved it and wanted it more, especially like the pumpkin cream cold brew from Starbucks. Oh, I've had it since, and it's just so good now. But in the beginning, if you can relate, caffeine just did not sound good. But it was good to cleanse. So week 15, belly is growing. It's smaller in the morning, and by night it's getting a lot more noticeable in certain clothing especially. I had minimal heartburn after eating carnitas, so I definitely noticed like after that food especially, I had heartburn. And but I can kind of, you know, tie that to carnitas. It's very like, it's kind of fatty, so that might have been the reason, but that was like my first symptom of heartburn. We definitely were noticing that the belly would get so much bigger at night, which was super fun, because it, you know, in the day I was noticing that I was growing, but to the outsider they're like, you're not, you know, like what, I can't even tell. But at night especially, you could like really tell. So me and Manny were loving that. Week 16, I had headaches. So literally it was super weird because I had a headache that lasted for like 3 days, and Manny almost wanted me to call my doctor because he was like, is it gonna go away? Like, what is happening? But then that day, on day 3, like in the morning, midday, it went away. But that was just super interesting because I hadn't had any of that yet. So, I wasn't sure what was leading to it, but I was just resting and trying to get lots of sleep. Another random thing that I wrote was that I haven't been wanting ice cream. I don't know why, pre-pregnancy it would sound so good after dinner with my sweet tooth, and now I'm totally fine and I've turned it down multiple occasions now. So I must have wrote this because I turned it down on multiple occasions. The lighting's a little intense, but yeah, like it's just kind of dessert in general. I've kind of had more, like sometimes now I'll have like an ice cream or like a cookie, but really sometimes the dessert just kind of makes me feel way too full, and I just haven't really had that like sweet tooth at the end of the night. So yes, let me know if any of these symptoms are, you know, aligning with yours. I'm so curious because like I said, I've watched so many of these videos, and I've also watched a ton of them to figure out like what the person's gender, what they were having, because I'm just so curious what we are having, because I feel like a lot of my symptoms have been back and forth with boy and girl. Week 17, I wrote, I love spicy. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings that week to watch Manny's favorite football team, and it was just so good to me. Like, I don't know why, the wings with like the spiciness was just delish. And then we were also going to a local restaurant with like a Mongolian barbecue, and that kind of has like some good flavor and spices too. So then week 17, we had another appointment, which just like I said, those weeks in between, those 4 weeks where you don't go to your doctor, they weren't easy, you know. You're just praying and just, you can't feel the baby yet. You know that they're moving in there because you've seen them moving on the ultrasound, but at that point I hadn't felt anything yet at week 17, and so you're just like looking forward to hearing that heartbeat and everything. Then at this point I also had my first front cramping, which we looked up and also it said it was normal, and then we talked to my doctor that next day at the appointment and she said, yes, it's, you know, your uterus is expanding, you're growing, and so that was comforting. I put belly at night after dinner is poppin'. So then week 18, I am feeling great, showing more. I got to meet my cousin's baby belly, who I'm pregnant with. We're like 2.5 weeks apart, so that was a super fun little thing that I wrote down. I wrote, I'm so grateful for all God is teaching us in this season of growth, not missing the blessing of our baby being nourished and growing in me every single day. We love you so much, baby. Can't wait to know who God has made you to be. And then at 18 weeks and 6 days, we felt the baby for the first time. So you're here on the couch at night, and that was just so special. As you'll see in the vlog footage, I share that. And it was funny because Manny thought I was joking, and then I felt every day since. So it's just been super special. Week 19 leading up to this week now, just feeling baby, and it's just a crazy feeling. Like, you know that your baby's in there, like growing and being nourished by the placenta and moving and grooving in there and sleeping and just doing all these things. And yeah, so I also wanted to mention I've had a lot of hormonal acne. So I've had, I don't know if you can see, I'm wearing makeup today because we're about to head to our appointment. But I've had just, you know, at least like a big hormonal acne spot like each week. Like I feel like I can't, I don't think the whole pregnancy, but like recently. So the last few weeks, I've just noticed they've been appearing. I also had back knee happen right away, like when I first found out. So that was another thing that was just super interesting, that I've kind of been like, is that girl vibes? Like, I don't know. It's just so hard to know. But another big thing that happened this week was that we got the envelope with the gender, and dun 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 dun, Manny's sister texted us yesterday that she opened it, so she knows, and we're just like so excited because we're like, someone knows. So yes, that is kind of where we're at. I will try to show you guys a little bump date. There is the 20-week bow. Okay, so Manny picked out something for the boo-boos.
Let's see what it is.
The first thing he got for he or she.
He or she, okay. Ready?
What is it? A cactus teether.
What better way to scratch your teeth but with a cactus?
Cute.
Right? Cute.
We love, is that the only thing that came? Oh. Oh yeah, we have a backdrop for Manny's birthday this weekend.
Okay, this is the cutest little deer with the spots.
Yes, and there's a story behind this.
There's a story behind this. When we found out that the night before. Oh, I didn't even notice.
What?
It's pink.
Oh my gosh, it's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It's just the ears.
Yeah, it's still cute.
But there it is.
It's a little deer.
I bought that for my baby.
It's so cute with the spots. So tell them the story.
So the day before, I think it was a few days before.
It was the night before.
The night before we found out that we were having a baby, we saw the cutest little twin deer. And they've been hanging out around the house
ever since.
And that's a sign.
So so that's like, we can tell this story again too, but so that was like a crazy sign for twins because they've like been around so much as well. So we're like, maybe, and we've always joked around about, not joked around, but like seriously said we would love to have twins. So who knows? God knows. But the other thing is that before I got pregnant, like the whole month before, I was seeing like baby animals everywhere. Like everywhere we went. Squirrels. When we drove to Oregon, like when I looked out the window here, it was, oh, the squirrels that we always saw, they had babies. And so the babies were running around, and like they never had it a few months ago. And then all the baby deer that we were seeing, and they weren't here a few months ago. There was some other babies that we saw. I just can't remember. I think maybe when we go on walks out there, the cattle, there was like some baby calves as well. So yeah, it's just been a ton of signs, and then the baby deer were just super cute, so Manny bought that. But yeah, feeling good. I am 5 weeks, at least I think. I won't have my first appointment till I'm about 9 weeks. So yeah, just gonna keep having hope and just keep praying for the nourishment and health of our baby.
Amen.
Or babies. Okay, today is the day. We are headed to our first baby appointment. I have been just waiting for week 9. Today is Tuesday, so it just hit 9 weeks according to my calculations. But today is like the first day we'll get to go in and talk to someone and get to hear if I am actually 9 weeks and if the baby is healthy and growing, and we're just praying that it is. Can't wait. Manny's gonna meet me there. So I got all cute. I'm ready for an ultrasound. Hi babe, where are we?
Hi, we are at our first appointment.
Woo! Okay, I am back from our appointment. We got to see baby on the ultrasound and I am 9 weeks like I thought. We got to see the heartbeat and it actually did see the little flicker. And yes, it's seriously the cutest little bean. Yeah, it was an awesome experience. We got to meet our doctor for the first time and she was great. So yeah, I have another ultrasound in I think about 2 weeks. And then I go back to our doctor in 4 weeks. So yeah, I think. I'm just so excited. Today, where are we going right now? We're waiting in the car.
We're going to our 17-week appointment.
17 weeks. And we get to check on the baby and hear the heartbeat. Alright, so my guess was that baby was gonna kick week 18 or like have a little bit of movement. Well, we have only a few hours left until it's tomorrow and I'll be 19 weeks. So Manny's guess is what week?
Week 19.
When will it be?
Week 19. Dude, it was like a little...
I told you, babe.
Wait, do you think like...
Babe, did you just feel like your first kick?
Yes.
Update, like 20 minutes later, I just started like putting my hand there because honestly throughout the day I don't really do that. And I felt the first kick and I looked at Manny and I said, I just felt something. Obviously he didn't believe me because he thought I was trying to win on the last day of 18 weeks. And you guys, I felt like 3 cents. Like one of them was to the right side, one of them was to the middle, and then one to like the more right again. So he came over here, he just put his hand down, and babe. Also, we're watching the Giants game, and he like turned and took his hand off for 1 second to see where the guy hit it. And I'm not even joking, right when he took his hand off, the baby kicked again. And I said, babe, it just happened when you took your hand off. So he comes back for like less than 10 seconds. And boom, he felt the first one for himself. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick little pregnancy update vlog. I am 19 weeks today.
I'll get my belly in it. Get yours.
Oh my gosh. I'm 19 weeks and guess what? Today we got a call from our nurse that our results were in for the gender. So we waited to get the results in just in time to give that envelope to Manny's sister because she's gonna be the one that knows for our gender reveal. And so I just feel like getting that news was so exciting. It made it so real that in 1 week we're gonna know who this little boo-boo is. Who's dancing in there? Oh, babe, update the vlog, the other big thing that happened this week.
Oh, we felt the baby on week 18.
In 6 days. Huh.
Yeah.
Because I guessed that I was gonna feel the baby for the first time on week 18. And he guessed week 19, and it happened the day before 19 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's been another really cool thing because
I didn't believe her until I felt it.
Yeah.
I thought she was just trying to win.
And he got to feel it for himself. So yeah, we've just had a really fun week of pregnancy and just so thankful for all of God's answered prayers and provision. And yeah, we just can't wait to continue on with this awesome process. I hope hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you could just relate and just find yourself just knowing that everything is gonna be okay. Just trust God and exactly what He's doing, and we're all in this together. Us women, we're freaking awesome, you know, the fact that we can do this. So I'm just feeling great, definitely hearing that the second trimester is when you're feeling the best. So just taking it in. We have some fun little road trips ahead, so I will definitely try to vlog those. But yeah, hope you guys stay tuned for the rest of the pregnancy. Also, like I said, the gender reveal should be up at this point, so go check it out, see what we're having. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know if there's any other pregnancy or just different sort of related videos that you guys would like to see. See ya!